Ready.
8 minutes? Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oftentimes, very little attention is given to some aspects of our lives that have been with us all our lives. Past efforts at learning about the human anatomy is nowhere near where we need to be with regards to breastfeeding. Today, one particular organ of the human anatomy that has been looked over for many years is the breast. The breast has been responsible for sustaining life, and oftentimes it's been considered to give life. We will also touch on the many barriers that have prevented women from staying at a basic, which has been breastfeeding. Breastfeeding has been the cornerstone for many, many years, up until and including the mid-1800s, when the first contraption came, and it was made of wood and a leather nipple to feed and sustain life. And it was introduced as an alternative to breastfeeding. At that time, societal norms was that breastfeeding was great and it was a natural nurturing process. But until this contraption came up in the mid-1800s, that was an indicator that breastfeeding was to be shunned upon. So what we're going to talk about today is what the breastfeeding process can actually do. The breastfeeding process in and of itself has done many things. One is that it feeds the baby. The second thing is that it creates a fluid that helps to build and upbuild the baby's immune system. The third thing is that it creates a bonding process between the mother and the child. With all that being said, it's no wonder, one question needs to be asked. Why would this process want to be shunned upon and be removed from sustaining and giving life? Some other things I want to talk about today is this question, and I need to say this question may never get answered. It may never get answered. But we're going to make an attempt today to try to do that. The items that make up, over the years, that contraption that I talked about earlier, the wooden bottle with the leather nipple, it has evolved. It has evolved to glass, and it has evolved to plastic, and it's galvanized rubber. And in the 19th century, in the early 20th century, it became known as the bottle. It also the middle part of the 20th century became known as the bottle, and other products that are alternatives and supported, such as pacifiers, baby clothes, breast pumps, and all other items similar to, have become known as the baby manufacturing business. That baby manufacturing business over the years has become a billion-dollar industry. And the reason it's become a billion-dollar industry is because lifestyles have changed. Long gone are the days of stay-at-home moms. The man goes out, makes the money, pays the bill. The mom stays home, takes care of the baby. Lifestyles have changed. Women are actually going to work. As recent as the 70s, the societal norms have changed. The women are actually going out to work. So the breastfeeding process, which could be a long, tedious process, up to the first 6 months of the child's life, is considered very, very crucial. So that process takes a lot of time. With the mother being out of the house, expressing milk and breastfeeding takes time. So these alternatives actually were pushed to the forefront. And with all that being said again, now we have the alternative, which is becoming the primary. So, with all that being said, we have, the other thing that has happened is rampant advertisement of this alternative. This alternative has been advertised, and breastfeeding as the primary has been pushed to the back. Why is that happening? It's happening because of the societal norms. The societal norms is preventing us from also looking at breastfeeding. No one wants to see, and this is sad, no one wants to see a mother breastfeeding a child. And we talk about this being a natural process. So, to sum all this up, what we're going to do, what we need to do, what society as a whole should be doing, is allowing breastfeeding to be the natural process. Why should breastfeeding be the natural process? Because those bottles, those pacifiers, and all those other things that we discard of after we use, we don't have to do that with the breastfeeding process. Once the breastfeeding process is done, it's done. There's no bottles to throw away, there's no cans to dispose of, and it's not a hindrance on the environment. The other thing is that breastfeeding is best for the newborn because of the things that the fluid that's created naturally to help build up the baby's the system, and the alternatives do measure up. The alternatives do not measure up to the benefits of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is a natural process. It should not be tampered with alternatives, and the alternatives should be the alternatives. The breastfeeding is best for the baby, and that's just it.